Hi everyone, my name's Katie Hassard and I'm working for Sustainable Environmental Experts, and I'm here today to explain the basis of the Commonwealth Government to make environmental law in Australia. As you're probably aware, the Commonwealth Government, state governments and local governments all seek to work together to achieve the best outcomes for the people as well as the environment. The state government must abide by the Commonwealth legislation, and in some cases, the Commonwealth legislation can override state legislation. The Commonwealth Government's key piece of environmental legislation is the Environment Protection and Biodiversity Conservation Act 1999. This Act allows the Australian Government to work with the states and territories of Australia to provide a national framework for environmental protection and biodiversity conservation. Environmental law is shaped by the values of our society and aims to manage human impacts on the environment. The Act also allows for a national ability to manage the environment in a streamlined fashion and to avoid variances in standards between the states. Some objectives of the Act are to provide streamlined environmental assessment and approval processes, to protect important cultural places, to promote sustainable development, and to recognise Australia's Indigenous people and their important knowledge of conservation and ecological sustainability. Whilst the states and territories are responsible for environmental matters of state and local significance, the EPBC Act focuses the Australian Government's interest on matters of national environmental significance, which have the potential to affect Australia's environment, including its native flora and fauna. Of course, there are borders for each state and territory. However, our wildlife, rivers, and native plant species cross over from states and territories, and therefore the Commonwealth legislation takes a more holistic approach to manage environmental matters throughout the nation. In simple terms, the Commonwealth legislation is in place to protect and conserve Australia's biodiversity as a whole. The Biowan Mining Project is a good example of Commonwealth and state governments working together. The Biowan mine is located in Queensland. However, due to its likely impact on matters of national environmental significance, specifically its impacts on threatened species, endangered communities, and migratory species, it must abide by both Commonwealth and state legislation throughout the process of the mine. I hope I've provided you with sufficient information, and if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.